have some wonderful speakers with us today. We're so pleased to have distinguished guests among us. I'd like to begin by introducing Senator Van Wanggaard of the 21st Senate District, a resident of West Racine who represents us. His father was a World War II and Korean War veteran. He himself is a veteran of lengthy service with the Racine Police Force, in Racine County, of course. With that, I give you our first speaker, our representative and senator, Van Wanggaard.
Thank you. Well, good morning, everybody. Great day to be here today. It's nice and sunny, it's not storming, and we have warm weather. Maybe even a little bit warmer than what we actually probably wanted. But it's awesome to see so many people here today. And we are blessed to have a facility like this where we can gather. We're working on something like this in Racine. They've been trying to do this, get a senior center together. And so I'm hoping that maybe this will catch on in Racine. Flag Day, what does it mean to us? That's this next week coming up on the 14th. And that's kind of what we're doing today. We're honoring our veterans, we're honoring our volunteers who come here and volunteer, and we're just honoring the ability for us to be here and be together because of all the individuals that have fought and lost their lives, or fought and given and sacrificed through maybe a disablement or just some of the things that they have to deal with psychologically as they protect us and protect our freedoms. So it's not just about the individuals we lose. There are so many things that this flag represents and that we need to honor. We need to recognize that there are so many veterans today that are going to harm's way, why we stand here and we talk perfectly secure. As my staff looked up some interesting things that I researched, some things, I just wanted to just talk about a couple things, and my colleagues are going to talk a little bit about these too, I know. But I thought it was interesting that Flag Day came about as a result of an Ozaukee County man that wanted to honor the flag. And it started in Wisconsin back in 1885. Never knew that, so that's a new piece of information that I have to be armed with. And of course, you know, he also looked at it because of some significance with when we adopted the flag and when we had the Continental Army. And I think Senator Kirkman soon maybe, Representative Kirkman is going to be talking about that. But I look at some of the things that it represents to me personally. I just want to just touch on that. My father served in two wars. He served in World War II. Left my mother on December 12th, right after Pearl Harbor was bombed. He was activated right away, and he went over to Sydney, Australia. His convoy, 32nd Division, was the convoy that the Battle of the Coral Sea was fought over. And they made it to Australia and saved and protected Australia. And then he got shipped to the islands of New Guinea, Luzon, Manila, where he commanded a critical parts barge. And almost 4.5 years in the jungles over in the South Pacific. Came back, got a degree in dentistry at Marquette University, and then he got called back in for another 5 years for the Korean War. And then did another 18 years Reserve and National Guard, retired as a colonel. So he had a lot of interest in serving and protecting his country and making sure that we have the ability to be able to stand here today. All of my uncles and aunts served. I didn't serve because that's when the Vietnam War was just ending, the draft was ending, and I got hired on the police department just after my 20th birthday in Racine, and I served there for 30 years before I was injured and had to retire. And then I got my feet put on another path and served with these individuals that are seated up here as a county board supervisor for 10 years and then now in the legislature as a senator. So and I'm 64, just turned 64, so I'm a senior citizen now too, I guess. So it's really important. We do have something in common. That's why they gave me the big rocking chair up in front. You know, they got me ready, and I said, yeah, this fits pretty good. I might take this one home, you know. But the important thing here is about why are we here? We are here to honor the flag, not just the flag. We're here to honor so many people that volunteer here every day to make this work. As a legislator, I can't do things if I don't have good people surrounding me. I don't have good staff, and I don't have the ability to have a good dialogue with people and good accessibility. So that's what's really important to us. There are no political lines. When we talk about issues that affect everyone, we want to talk about those in a way that it's a nonpartisan way. I work very closely with County Executive Cruiser, who was on the other side of the aisle when he was in the legislature, but his heart is right there. We have worked very closely. He gives me a hug when I see him, and I give him a hug right back because he's there for the right reasons. It's about doing what's right when nobody else is looking. That's what this flag is about. So I would just ask everybody here to realize the importance of relationships, continue to build those relationships, honor the people that make this facility accessible and available to us all, and don't be afraid to call us, our offices, if you have an issue with something, and we'll try to get it resolved if we can and make it easier to get you through all the red tape. So I really want to honor the people I do have here with me also. It is just phenomenal, the things that we can get done when we sit down and we work together on things. And I think Jim will probably tell you that that happens pretty regularly, where we're always trying to make things easier, you know, no matter who it is who's involved, and that's the way it should be. So I'm going to be around for a while, so I hope I get to chit chat with everybody, and I don't want to make this any longer. So who am I passing this to?
To me.
Back to you.
Back to me.
You're doing a fine job.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Those are words of encouragement and the kind of sacrifice that not only your father made, which was phenomenal. I'm just very impressed with the commitment that he gave, in addition to 30 years in public service as a police officer and leaving with injury. Having spent 38 years as a teacher myself at the high school level in Kenosha, I can identify with the idea of public service and that it continues.